the winner of today's game will take over first place in the region. So obviously a big one coming in today.
And now the starting defense for the Spanish Fork Dons.
It could be a tie, but
right field,
barring a tie, it will be
Conway.
someone will take the lead in the region.
In center field, number 10, Riley.
True, if Salem Hills wins, it'll be a tie for first in the region, but due to head-to-head matchup, they'll have the tiebreaker over the Dons, and we'll sit in first place.
On third base, number 14.
Starting lineups are being announced.
Well, let's go through today's starting lineups. For the first, for the defense for the Spanish Fork Dons,
second base, number 23,
leading off, Tay Newman, the junior, will be playing third base. Batting second, Andrew Pintar, the junior, will be playing short. The catcher, Josh Cowden, the senior, will be playing catching and batting third. Batting fourth will be the pitcher, Cy Nielsen. Fifth, Dylan Lee, the first baseman. Batting sixth, Dylan Hall, the second baseman. Josh Hart, the senior, will DH. Carson Chappell, batting eighth, will play left, and Riley Hess is in center.
Thank you.
Well, we have a beautiful day here at Swenson Ballpark. A light breeze, but looks like absolute perfect weather for a baseball game.
Yeah, it's been good to finally get a good game with some sunshine instead of wind and cold most of the season.
Yeah.
The starting lineup for the
We'd like to thank our sponsors, the Tony Basso Auto Group, Dickerson Automotive, the finest repairs with personal care, State Farm, Lance Wilson, State Farm, McCall Christian Wise, attorneys at law, Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, MVP Sports, and Two Jacks Pizza.
Yeah, all great businesses. Go out and support them. They donate a lot for Spanish Fork athletics, and good to help these broadcasts go as smooth as they can go.
And starting off on the mound today for the Dons is Cy Nielsen, 3-2 on the year, 1.63 ERA, one of the better pitchers on the Dons staff this year. Tell me about what you kind of hope to see from him today if the Dons are going to get the win.
Cy has a fastball. It's around 88, 87, 88. Slider that comes in around 79, 80, 81. When he works down and keeps the ball down, he's really effective coming from that left side.
It should be a good matchup. In 7 appearances this year, he's 3-2 with a 1.63 ERA, as I said, so obviously he's been quite dominant on the year, over 30 innings pitched, and it'll be fun to see what he brings to today's game. Leading off for the Skyhawks is the sophomore shortstop Kyle Coburn.
Kyle's a very good leadoff hitter. We've played with him for years. Swings a good bat. You never know if he's going to drop down a bunt. He's got good speed and a good glove at short.
And a leadoff ball from Nielsen to start the game. And another pitch low. Falling behind early. And a 3-0. Another ball. Off to a little bit of a rough start for Cy today. And there's the first strike. Last game against the Tigers, getting the leadoff hitter was one of the key elements in their issues. And a foul ball, tip for a full count.
Always good to get out and not get that first strike, too. If you can get the first strike, it helps you kind of be able to use your other pitches.
And he comes back and rings him up to lead off the game. Falls behind 3-0. 3 nice pitches there.
Great job by Cy. He's always, he can be 3-0 and come back and throw 6 straight strikes.
You know, you worry he was a little bit cold coming in. Obviously 3 straight balls, but really did a great job of bouncing back. Batting now for Salem Hills, Kenyon Haveron, the junior, takes a leadoff strike. Haveron is the second baseman for the Skyhawks. And ball just outside on the fastball. Brings the count to 1-1. A fastball inside for ball, 2-1. This lefty on lefty matchup, that fastball high and inside, you know, kind of brushes him back a little, makes him move off the plate. 2-2 now after the foul. And it's fouled. Catcher drops the ball, throws it down to first, and that's the second strikeout of the inning. Back-to-back strikeouts to start off the game for Cy Nielsen. Obviously off to a great start here for the Dons.
Yeah, that was a good inside pitch. Coming down on that.
Batting third for the Skyhawks is the junior, number 8, Sawyer Radke, the left fielder. That first pitch is low and outside for ball 1. And a swing and a miss, and a 1-1 in the count now. After that first batter, Cy's really settled down here. Bounced back nicely. A little outside there. Swing and a miss. We got 2-2. 1 strike away from striking out the side here, getting off to a quick 1-2-3 inning. And he swings through it.
Beautiful pitch by Cy. Fastball in the outside corner.
What a
good way to start it.
What a smooth 1-2-3 inning for Cy to just kick off this game and really send a message to the Skyhawks that he's here to stay. We head now to the bottom of the first one. I'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors, the Tony Basso Auto Group, Dickerson Automotive, Lance Wilson State Farm, Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, Mikkel Christian Wise, Attorneys at Law, MVP Sports, and Two Jacks Pizza. Taking the mound now for the Skyhawks is Easton Keck, 2-1 on the year with a 3.37 ERA. He's been great on the opposite side of the bump as well. Tell us kind of what you expect to see from Easton today.
Easton's junior. Has a good curveball, good fastball. Haven't seen him throw for a year or so.
Easton's pitched in 6 games so far this year, and he's got an opponent batting average of 229. So really, kind of been a shutdown pitcher for them on their staff. In 27 innings pitched, he's only allowed 16 runs. So less than about half a run an inning at that rate. So really been quite an impressive pitcher. But he's got quite a tough lineup he's got to deal with today. A little bit tougher than most of the ones he's probably faced so far this year.
Yeah, I would say this is probably one of the best, if not the best team that they faced this year.
And leading off for the Dons is the junior, number 14, the third baseman, Tay Newman.
Tay's been swinging a hot bat. He's been hitting really well the last few games. See if he can get up right now and get us going.
The leadoff pitch just low. That's 1-0 now to Newman. Swings and fouls it back to even up the count at 1-1. Newman's having quite a good year this year, hitting .393 through 17 games. Obviously, that's kind of what you expect from a leadoff hitter, but really quite an impressive average. The ball is up, 2-1. Fouls it back to even the count up at 2-2. And he swings through it for strike 3. We've seen a lot of strikeouts today. All 4 batters that have come to the plate have struck out so far today. All 3 for the Skyhawks in the top of the first, and the leadoff hitter Newman goes down swinging in the bottom half.
Ball a little bit out of the zone, right at that eye level. It's hard to lay off it sometimes.
Yeah, it looks really juicy when it's up high. And the leadoff strike to the shortstop Andrew Pintar, number 4.
Yeah, Pintar's having a good year also. Been hitting well. Plays awesome shortstop.
Yeah, if you were watching last Thursday, he made a couple nice diving plays to really try to keep the Dons in the game. Unfortunately, the bats weren't able to get going, but the defense was really solid from Pintar. And the breaking ball drops in there for strike 2. Slow little breaking ball, really dropped down in there hard. Fastball up and away. Tried to get him to chase that high fastball much like he did with Newman, but it wasn't successful there. The ball just outside brings the count full. Pintar in 17 games so far this year is batting .333 with 18 hits and 10 RBIs. A little warning being given to the Skyhawks bench after arguing that last call, feeling that should have been strike 3, but was ruled a little bit up and away. And the breaking ball drops in just outside, and that is a 1-out walk to Pintar. As the Dons have their first base runner of the day.
Good at bat by Pintar. Yeah, I seen some pitches. I agree that the ball was up, and he goes outside with that curveball and just misses that spot. Brings up Cowden.
Yeah, but batting third for the Dons today, Josh Cowden, the senior catcher, one of the team leaders.
Yeah, Josh is a great catcher, a good hitter. He's really solid behind there. Good with the bat.
He swings through it, but the ball gets away to the backstop, and Pintar will move up to second on the wild pitch. Now the Dons are in business with 1 out. Guy in scoring position.
Yeah, walks kill you. Biggest chance of scoring if you walk that first one. Most of the time they get around and with no outs can get in.
Drops the breaking ball in there for strike 2. Quickly ahead 0-2 on Cowden. That was Easton Keck's 13th walk of the year. Really hasn't had much control issues. Over 27 innings pitched, only 13 walks, but
Oh, that's a really good stat for
a pitcher to have that few walks. It's obviously impressive, but today, falling behind early and letting the guy get on base. Misses just low. The count drops to 1-2. It's taking quite a while there. Cowden calls time. Getting a little bit uncomfortable in the box, decided he'd shake it up a little. A nice block by the catcher there. Trey Shipley behind the plate for the Skyhawks. He's able to keep Pintar at second with 1 out and 2-2 count. He drops the breaking ball in there for strike 3. Second strikeout of the day. Up now for the Dons, batting fourth. The pitcher, Cy Nielsen, the junior. Not only is he pitching today, he's also batting in the cleanup spot, so he's got quite a big role in today's game.
Yeah, hits with a lot of power.
He drives the ball to center. Center fielder going back. And he makes the catch to end the inning and end the threat with the runner on second.
Hancock with a good read on that pitch and was able to run it down. A good hit by Cy.
He really got a good bat on the ball there, drove it to center. Nice play by Hancock out in center to end the inning. One runner left on base off the walk, and we'll head to the second inning here on SF-17. Still knotted at 0.
The best time to check your furnace is before it fails, and you can rely on Triple T to do the job right. Our technicians are trained every year so you can sleep better at night, knowing your furnace is safe to operate. Call Triple T at 798-7711 to schedule your tune-up today.
Nobody plans on getting in an accident, but if it does happen, you can rely on the expertise of Mike McKell to protect and fight for your rights. Specializing in personal injury law, Mike McKell is the attorney you need. Contact Mike at McKell, Christiansen, and Wise.
Welcome back on SF-17. We're here in the top of the second now We're here in the top of the second now. In this game between the Spanish Fork Dons and the Salem Hills Skyhawks, the top two teams in the region. Obviously a quick, scoreless inning in the first. Great pitching. What have you seen from the two starting pitchers so far?
Well, they both look like they have good command. Cy struck out the side, and Keck only had the one walk that we couldn't capitalize and get him around.
On the first pitch is driven to center. And Riley Hess makes a nice play to retire Jordan Matthews, the right fielder, on the first pitch to get the leadoff out for the inning. And a nice quick out for the Dons.
Yeah, one pitch, one out. That's always good. Want to keep the pitch counts low so you can stay later in the game.
Tristan Talbert now at the plate for the Skyhawks, the junior first baseman. That's a strike to bring the count to 1-1. Talbert fouls it off. Fouls it behind 1 and 2 now. Talbert's appeared in 13 games so far this season for the Skyhawks, hitting .290. He has 9 hits and 3 RBIs. And he swings through it for strike 3, and that is another strikeout for Cy Nielsen, really dealing early on in this game.
Ty throws that breaking ball, drops in on there, and it's tough to hit.
5 up, 5 down so far for Nielsen and 4 strikeouts. Leadoff ball outside to the junior third baseman Blake Hoffhines for the Skyhawks. Another pitch, the fastball gets away from him a little there. He comes back with the strike. 2-1 now to Hoffhines. Another nice pitch, fastball low right there. Pulls the count to 2-2. And he swings through the breaking ball right there, and that is another strikeout for Cy Nielsen.
Great pitch. Locates that curveball down. It's hard to hit.
Cy Nielsen, 6 batters faced, 5 strikeouts, really living up to that 1.63 ERA early in this game. As we head to the bottom of the second, we'd like to thank our sponsors, the Tony Basso Auto Group, Dickerson Automotive, Lance Wilson State Farm, McKell Christian Wise Attorneys at Law, Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, MVP Sports, and Two Jacks Pizza. Well, another quick 1-2-3 inning there in the top of the second.
Yeah, one thing about this rivalry of Spanish Fork can say them. Most all these kids grew up playing together. They played on Super League teams together. And when they get to high school, it doesn't matter if Spanish is 20-1 or Salem's 20-1 or 1-20. It's going to be a good game. They're going to get their best effort on both sides. And
yeah, they obviously live very close to each other. They've grown up playing baseball for much of their lives, and this is just the next level up. Leading off now in the bottom of the second, the senior first baseman, Dylan Lee. What have you liked about Dylan so far this year?
Dylan, when he gets a hold of one, can hit a ball a mile. He's got a good swing. He can drive it into the gaps.
Dylan's hitting .279 so far this year. Got 4 extra base hits. And he hits one hard to right, line drive to the right fielder. And Jordan Matthews makes a nice play there for the leadoff out. Had a nice swing on that ball, kind of drove it well, but just didn't find the gap right at him.
Yeah, we're getting up everything in the air right there. It's a good pitch by Keck.
And the senior second baseman, Dylan Hall, fouls off the fastball. First pitch of the at-bat to fall behind 0-1. Breaking ball in the dirt there for ball 1. Another ball low there to Dylan. Dylan Hall's batting .295 on the year so far with 13 hits and 8 RBIs. He falls behind 3-1. Keck falls behind 3-1 to Dylan here. Walked the second hitter last inning. You can see it happening again right here.
Yeah, Dylan's going to look for a pitch he can drive. If it's not there, he'll take a walk.
Hits a hard ground ball to the shortstop. And Kyle Coburn makes a nice play. A little bit of a wild throw, but the first baseman, Tristan Talbert, applies the tag. And that's a 6-3 ground out for the second out of the inning here in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, Kyle makes a great play coming across right there and just pulls that first baseman off a little bit, but he did tag him very good.
Kind of got jammed a little bit inside there. Fisted it off, but just hit a grounder. 2 outs now in the bottom of the second here.
Dart's DHing. He's a sophomore. He's swung a good bat this year also. That's why he's found himself in the lineup in that DH role.
He takes strike one to fall to 1-1. Dart, the only underclassman starting on today's team. Really a senior-laden team, juniors and seniors.
Yeah, Dart's the only sophomore that'll.
And a ground ball to first. He takes it himself. Tristan Talbert tags the bag, and that's a quick 1-2-3 inning for the Skyhawks pitcher Keck. And another quick inning here in the second. We're through 2. It's 0-0, and we're yet to have a hit.
In the bottom of the second inning.
And we will be back in a minute here on SF17.
Hi, welcome to Two Jacks Pizza.
For the best pizza you'll ever taste and our world-famous cheese sticks, come to Two Jacks Pizza on Main Street in Spanish Fork or call us for a quick delivery. Are you hungry yet?
The best time to check your furnace is before it fails, and you can rely on Triple T to do the job right. Our technicians are trained every year so you can sleep better at night, knowing your furnace is safe to operate. Call Triple T at 798-7711 to schedule your tune-up today.
And we're back on SF17 here in the top of the third. A reminder to watch our YouTube channel, youtube.com/SpanishFork17 to catch our game live or after the fact. And a leadoff ball from Cy Nielsen to the DH, the senior DH, Scott Bennett. Another ball outside there. He quickly falls behind 3-0. Second 3-0 count of the day for Cy.
Yeah, he just missed that outside corner on that fastball.
And that pitch is just a little bit outside for ball 4, and that's a leadoff walk. First base runner today for the Skyhawks after a quick 1-2-3 innings in the first and the second by Cy, including 5 strikeouts. Kind of falls behind a little bit there. That's a leadoff base runner for the Skyhawks. Now up for Salem Hills, Trey Shipley, the catcher, batting 8th. Shipley's a junior this year. He squares around to bunt, and it's a little bit outside. His side struggling a little bit with control to start off this third inning.
Shows bunt, brings it back.
As a pitcher, how much harder do you think it is to throw strikes when you know that they're squaring around to bunt and you don't want to give them a cookie to make it an easy bunt?
Well, I think you want to, depending on the situation, you want to get it either up and in to where they have a hard time bunting it, or get one down and maybe low to where they'll pop it up. He squared for the sacrifice there, pulled back on a strike.
I just got the inside corner there. Brings the count to 2-1. And he fouls that one off. We're 2-2 now. Now that he's got 2 strikes, it's risky bunting. If he bunts it foul, then he's out. Kind of Cy's done a good job of getting into a position here where he may be able to nullify that bunt situation. He squares around to bunt still, even with 2 strikes, and lays down a beauty.
Cowden comes, gets him at first base. Great play by Cowden.
Cowden did a great job turning, throwing, squaring up nicely there. But Shipley did his job, moved the runner over there with 1 out.
Yeah, that was a great bunt.
A little risky with 2 strikes to attempt to lay that down, but he pulled it off beautifully.
Yeah, I think sometimes you got to take chances in these games if you're gonna produce a run when you see the pitching.
The 9-hitter up now for the Skyhawks, Cade Hancock, the center fielder.
Good block by Cowden.
And ball a little low and inside there to the junior Hancock. Hancock's batting .231 in 18 games this year. The throwback to second. And he's back in time. Just trying to keep an eye on Bennett there as it's the go-ahead run in this 0-0 game here in the top of the 3rd. A nice pitch catches the outside corner low there. Pulls the count even to 1-1. And Hancock swings through it for strike 2. 1-2 now to the junior center fielder. And Sai's done a nice job of getting ahead here. And a fastball up and away, just catches the corner, and that's another strikeout for Cy Nielsen.
That's a great pitch. He just painted that black line right there.
Now batting number 20.
It's a 6th strikeout today for Cy Nielsen through 2 innings so far. Through 2 2/3 innings, pardon me. We have 2 outs now here in the top of the 3rd. And a leadoff ball to the sophomore shortstop for the Skyhawks, who struck out looking to lead off the game back in the 1st. Kyle fouls it back to go to 1-1. Kyle, the only underclassman starting today for the Skyhawks. We have 1 underclassman on each side playing.
Yeah, he's a really good shortstop. Got a great glove. Swings the bat well, and like I say, can run.
Ball just a little outside as the count falls to 2-1 now. When these underclassmen start, you know that they're good because they're obviously young, but they've proven that they're able to play at the varsity level. And a ground ball to 3rd. And a nice pickup by Blake Tay Newman. My bad there. Tay Newman with a nice play. Throws it over to 1st. And that'll end the inning. Get the Dons out of the jam.
Yeah, just the 1 base runner left on. Bennett take care of business. Newman with a good play coming across to Lee.
In the top of the 3rd inning.
And that'll do it for the top of the 3rd. Going now to the bottom of the 3rd, we'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors, the Tony Basso Auto Group, Dickerson Automotive, Lance Wilson State Farm, Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, Mikkel Christiansen Wise, Attorneys at Law, MVP Sports, and 2 Jack's Pizza. Well, we have quite a pitching duel so far today.
Yeah, we've only got no hits, right? Just 1 walk on each side.
You have 1 walk on each side, the walk coming last inning from Cy Nielsen in the 3rd, and then 1 walk from Easton Keck in the 1st inning to the Dons. As we Head to the bottom of the third now on this beautiful day. We got a beautiful sunny day here at Swenson Ballpark here in Spanish Fork. And a matchup between the top two teams. And
yeah, this Nelson Field is as good as anywhere in the country. We traveled clear to California this year and played on Corona's field, and everyone was how good it was. And we come home and get to play on the same quality or better field, in my opinion, every day. So shout out to the grounds crew. I know how much time they spend every day getting this ready.
And Carson Chappell squares around to bunt, the senior left fielder, trying to catch the Skyhawks defense off guard to lead off the bottom of the third.
This field's won Field of the Year nationally a couple times that I'm aware of.
We take our baseball very seriously here in Spanish Fork, and it doesn't matter where you go when you come back home. It's great to have a beautiful ballpark to play at. And a fly ball to left. And Sawyer Radke's got a beat on it, but he's moving back, and he makes a nice play right in front of the wall for the leadoff out in the bottom of the third. Chappell really got a hold of that ball, and the warmth of the day kind of carried it. It looked like it might get over his head for a minute there, but
yeah, Radke misplayed it a little bit there. But it was so high, it's hard to tell with this high sky where it was coming down. So
you also wonder what factor the sun played on that ball out there as well, as it's quite bright up and high up in the sky right now. And Riley Hess squares around to bunt as well before pulling back, but it's called strike one. The breaking ball just outside there, Riley Hess, the senior center fielder.
Riley's probably our best bunter on the team. He's really quick, gets down that line good.
And Riley gets under it and pops it up to right. And a nice play by the right fielder, Jordan Matthews. Pretty routine there. And that's two quick outs for Easton Keck here in the bottom of the third. We're back now to the top of the lineup. The third baseman, Tay Newman, made a nice play for the third out last inning. Here in the bottom of the third. Gets a second crack at trying to get a hit off Easton Keck. Struck out in his first at-bat in the first inning.
Newman takes that first pitch for a first curveball for a strike.
And he hits a ground ball to short. Blake Coburn fields it and throws it over to first, and the ball gets away. First baseman wasn't able to come up with it as the throw was a little low. Tristan Talbert, the first baseman, just couldn't quite pick it up. And we have a two-out base runner here for the Dons.
Yeah, that'll probably charge for an error on Kyle. Made a great play, just put it down a little bit to where the first baseman couldn't get to it.
Yeah, did a good job of charging that ball, coming up with it cleanly, but the throw a little bit low in the dirt there.
Yeah, you won't see many from him. He's pretty solid.
The Dons a chance to cash in here with a runner on and two outs. And that's a nice hit to left field from Pintar. And he's going for second. And he is safe. The ball gets away.
Newman into third and is going to score.
Newman comes home to score on the single. And a little bit of some sloppy play there by the Skyhawks leads to a run for the Dons. Take me through what you saw in that play. Obviously, it looked like a routine single to left. Should have just been first and second with two outs. And that's a nice hit to left field from Pintar.
To get Tay, and then
he's going for second.
Newman, they thought they could get the
and he is safe. The ball gets away.
A bad play or a bad Newman throw, into third. He's going to score.
Newman comes home to score on the
hustle and get home on that.
Up now the catcher, Josh Cowden, the senior. He swings through it for strike one. Looked like it was going to be a quick 1-2-3 inning again. But the error by the shortstop, another error by the third baseman on the throw there, and the Dons scored the first run of the game here in the bottom of the third. Cowden fouls it off to fall behind 0-2. And the ball gets away. Pintar's down to third with 2 outs here. A little bit of some sloppy play here all of a sudden from the Skyhawks has really helped.
Yeah, errors will kill you. Pintar alert on that, and he was able to scoot down to third.
Yeah, 3 real mistakes. The error by Coburn at short on that ground ball. The error by the third baseman, Blake Hoffhines, throwing it into the outfield allows the first run. And then the wild pitch allows Pintar to get over to third. Is it Pintar? Oh.
Hunter Sorensen runs out, gives him the balls.
We have 1 and 2 now with 2 outs. Here to Cowden. In a ground ball to the second baseman, bobbled a little. Comes up and makes a nice throw. Kenyon Haveron to end the inning. And Pintar is stranded at third. But not before the Dons were able to strike and score the first run of the game. 1 runner left on 1 hit. 2 errors there for the Skyhawks. And now as we head to the fourth here on SF1, the Dons lead 1-0 over the Skyhawks.
The Dons have 1 run on 1 hit.
Wild Mustangs. They're supposed to be one of the most gentle creatures in nature.
State Farm knows that for every one of those moments, there's one of these. That's why more people save money by combining their home and auto with State Farm.
Call State Farm agent Lance Wilson today.
MVP Sports is the #1 source for sporting goods in Spanish Fork. Football, soccer, all the fall sports, we've got you covered. Check out our new custom t-shirt builder. Design at home and we'll build it for you. MVP Sports, 72 North Main in Spanish Fork.
And welcome back in the top of the fourth of this high school baseball game between the Spanish Fork Dons and the Salem Hill Skyhawks. This rivalry game has been a close one. It's 1-0 as we head to the top of the fourth as the Dons just scored 1 run on a nice hit and a few errors by the Skyhawks to put them on the board.
Yeah, been good pitching. Sai's been throwing really well, and so's Keck.
As we head to the top of the fourth here, Kenyon Haveron, the #2 hitter for the Skyhawks, is leading off.
Number 8.
Haveron is the second baseman, made a nice play on that ground ball to end the inning.
Mason Nelson into pitch. In relief for Sai.
And the first pitch is hit high to center field. And a nice play by Riley Hess out in center. Squared up, got under the ball, and made the nice easy catch there.
Mason, a junior. Into relief for Sai. He's been really good, solid this year.
And that's a leadoff strike from Mason right there.
Now batting number 22, Jordan Matthews.
Batting now for the Skyhawks, number 8, Sawyer Radke, the left fielder. He fouls it off to fall behind, 0-2. Tell me a little bit about what Mason brings to the mound for the Dons today.
Oh, Mason, he's a big kid. Throws in the, I would say, low to mid 80s. Has a good curveball, probably a change.
He strikes him out on the breaking ball right there.
Good breaking ball out of the zone on an 0-2. You want to get him to chase.
Now batting number 12.
Two quick outs there. Cy Nielsen was really dealing. Why do you think they took him out of the game after 3 innings?
maybe just a situation to get Mason some work, and
Now pitching for the Dons.
maybe it hit his pitch count for what Gubb had wanted him to throw today. So
The ball outside drops the count to 2-0. He swings through that pitch to fall to bring the count to 2-1 on Sawyer Radke here with, Jordan Matthews here with 2 outs in the top of the 4th. And he hits a nice single through the left side, and that is the first base hit today for the Skyhawks.
he's got that fastball up a little bit, turned on it, and put it into left field.
Now batting number 12, Tristan Talbert.
Well, it took till 2 outs in the 4th, but they finally have their first hit, and that'll break up the combined no-hitter between Nielsen and Mason. A nice pitch catches the outside there for strike 1.
Throws over to Lee, safe at 1.
Batting now for the Skyhawks, the first baseman, the junior, number 12, Tristan Talbert. It's just low for 1-1. Talbert's batting .290 on the year so far, with 9 hits and 3 RBIs. Struck out in his only plate appearance today in the 2nd inning. Pitch just inside there. Trying to brush him off the plate a little bit there. His count falls to 2-1. The ball is fouled back for strike 2. And a quick throw over to first, but Jordan Matthews dives back safely. Still a runner on first now with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. And a nice line drive into left field. And that's going to be a single, and he's going for third. The tag is, and he is out. Beautiful play by Riley Hess out there in center field to pick up that ball and throw Jordan Matthews out as he was trying to go to third and extend on that play. And that will do it for the top of the 4th. After back-to-back hits, nice assist by the outfielder out there to kind of kill what could have been a big inning and keep the Dons lead at 1-0 going to the bottom of the 4th now.
Yeah, it was blocked. I couldn't see if it was Chappell or if it was Hess that had grabbed the ball. So good throw, and Newman got up and was able to grab it and bring it down.
Yeah, we have the replay right here. Just slides off the bag a little bit at the end there, and a nice tag by Tay Newman to finish off the inning right there. Either way, whoever it was out there in the outfield, a great throw. Nice play there, and we're heading to the 4th, 1-0. Dons with the lead. As we head now to the bottom of the 4th. Looks like we have no, Easton Keck is still out there for the Skyhawks. He's been solid for 3 innings. Other than those few errors that they made last inning, this would be a scoreless game.
Leading off for the Dons in the bottom of the 4th inning, number 11, Cy Nielsen.
Cy Nielsen leading off for the Dons in the bottom of the 4th. He takes ball 1 outside. Cy was just relieved from his pitching duties, but he's obviously still hitting in the 4 spot today, so he's Now he can just kind of focus on hitting. Another pitch outside, and Easton quickly falls behind 3-0. And he comes at him with the fastball on the 3-0, and he swings through it, and we're at 3-1 now in the bottom of the fourth.
Called strike in there.
He fouls it off, but it looks like it's gonna stay in play. The pitcher Easton's got a beat on it. Oh, but the ball drops. He lost it in the sun over there in foul territory.
That's a tough play.
Obviously, as a pitcher, you're not used to having to run that far and having to try to make a play. Usually, you think the first baseman, that's kind of their ball to make that play.
Most likely, yeah. The first baseman should have called him off and took that ball. His back's to the sun, where Easton had kind of turned a little bit and looked into it.
The ball is driven deep to right. And a nice play out there by Jordan Matthews, getting under the ball, fighting off the sun, and getting the leadoff out for the Skyhawks here in the bottom of the fourth. The second time Nielsen's hit the ball well, but gotten out as he flew out to center in his first at bat.
Yeah, he got under that one a little bit instead of on the line.
The leadoff breaking ball low in the dirt there. The senior first baseman Dylan Lee. Dylan Lee grounded out to short his first time up. And he hits it hard down the line, and it drops fair. It's going to be a double. And a nice hit there from Dylan Lee, sorry.
It's easy. They're right next to each other. It's easy.
We got two Dylans here. They're trying to confuse me.
Yeah, good swing by Lee. Hall stopping him at second.
Now batting, number 23, Dylan Hall.
Now Dylan Hall up to bat, the senior.
Yeah.
Second baseman. He grounded out to short his last time up. Here with one out now in the bottom of the fourth. For Dylan Lee, that was his fifth double of the season, so he's really got some nice extra base hitting power. He fouls off the fastball for strike one. Hall batting .295 on the year with 13 hits and 8 RBIs. Fouls it back for strike two.
Like to see Dylan being aggressive. As a pitcher, your first pitch, you want to throw a strike. So if it's there, smash it. He took a good approach. He's got two good cuts and just barely missing it.
And he fouls it off again. He's really gone up hacking. Dylan Hall hitting .295. A hit would get him over 300. You can see that he really wants to drive the balls deep somewhere right now.
Good block by the catcher.
Yeah, Trey Shipley's done a nice job behind the plate for the Skyhawks today. Really not let too much get by him, except for that one inning when he let that pass ball that helped Pintar get over to third. And Easton steps off to take a breather for the moment here in the bottom of the fourth. And the breaking ball drops in there for strike 3, looking, and a beautiful pitch to ring up Dylan Hall for the second out here in the bottom of the fourth.
A great curveball by Keck to come middle of the plate and break away.
Now batting number 15.
As a hitter, do you feel like it kind of freezes you when you see that pitch start outside? You kind of think, I'm safe, it's going to be ball, and then it kind of breaks back at the last minute.
Yeah, drops right in there.
Foul ball, strike 1 there.
Dart with a good cut, being aggressive on that first pitch.
And the sophomore DH, Josh Dart, now at the plate. Grounded out to short. Back in the second inning. Dart's hitting .333 on the year so far. And he fouls it off to fall behind quickly, 0-2. Good opportunity for Dart here to drive in a run. 1-run game, big run standing on second here in the bottom of the fourth. And a ball to bring the count to 1-2. With the runner on second in a 1-run game, Dart's the guy you want to have at the plate right now as he leads the team in RBIs with 12.
Yeah, he's really swung the bat well this year. He's got a lot of power, got a beautiful swing from that left side. He's had some clutch hits too, so.
He's not necessarily he doesn't necessarily have the best batting average on the team, but those RBIs show you that when there's runners on base in these key moments in the game, he consistently has come through for the Dons this season. And the ball up and away brings the count even at 2-2. Easton Keck having to work a little bit harder here in the bottom of the fourth. He fouls it back and the count stays even at 2-2.
This is the second time that they're facing Keck, so they're seeing him once and kind of know where he throws and his tendencies are.
The ball low and inside for ball 3, and he throws, and the catcher throws it down and makes a nice throw. And barely back in time, Dylan Hall slides in safe. Dylan Lee, sorry about that. Dylan Lee slides in safe, back at second.
Dart with a great at bat. Fouled off 3 or 4 pitches, worked the count.
And there's ball 4.
Draws that walk.
That is the second walk today from Easton Keck. Like you said, really long, great at bat, fouled off a few pitches, really earned that walk in every sense of the word there. The senior Carson Chappell up to bat now. Number 13, the left fielder. Flew out to left in his first at bat.
Keck starts him off that curveball. Back-to-back curveballs for strikes.
He's really had that breaking ball working today quite well. It's kind of got him in a hole here now. 0-2 with 2 outs.
He'll see if he changes location or comes back with the third one. Looks to me like he's going to set him up outside to get him to chase.
Fastball a little low. Brings the count to 1-2. Yeah, you'd expect with 2 outs and a couple runners on base, he doesn't want to give him anything good to hit here. He's going to throw him a few pitches to try to get him to chase. And he swings through it on the fastball, up and away, gets him to chase. And Chappell goes down swinging for the 3rd out of the inning. Big pitch right there from Easton Keck to get out of the jam.
Yeah, it changes that location. It comes up with that fastball. It's tough to lay off, but that's not a good pitch you can hit.
Well, we are through 4 here at Swenson Ballpark as the Dons lead 1-0 over the Salem Hills Skyhawks as we head to the 5th. We'll be back in a minute on SF-17.
Need a new car or truck? The Car Guys has the best selection of used vehicles at the best prices in Spanish Fork. The Car Guys know their automobiles to get you the best car for your needs and your budget. The Car Guys at 872 North Main in Spanish Fork.
We are back on SF-17 here in the top of the 5th now. It is 1-0 the Dons lead. Mason Nielsen on the mound for the Dons. And a leadoff ball to Blake Hoffines, the junior 3rd baseman for the Skyhawks. We have a strike as well.
2 pitches, the exact same place.
And ball 2. We have a defensive change now for the Dons, with Mason Nielsen taking over on the mound. Cy Nielsen, the pitcher that started the game, is now out in right field. And Noah Conway, who was playing right field but not hitting, is now on the bench. A quick leadoff walk from Mason Nielsen as he falls behind early. And Blake Hoffines draws the leadoff walk, the first walk allowed today by Mason Nielsen. Now for the Skyhawks, the senior DH, Scott Bennett. Leadoff walks, they kill you.
Yeah. And Scotty squares the bunt.
He fouls it back. Bennett's batting .250 so far this year with 9 hits and 4 RBIs. A nice pitch there to get ahead of 0-2 here on Bennett. Squares around to bunt, falls behind early in the count, then takes a strike there, and now he's kind of in trouble here. Squares around to bunt with an 0-2 count, lays it down, the ball is bobbled, and everyone is safe. Mason Nielsen with the error.
Oh, quick pickup by Mason, just got hurried a little bit. And
now batting number 3, Trey Shipley.
Coach Gubb out to the mound.
A walk and an error, and the Skyhawks are in business here in the top of the 5th, down 1-0. Runners on first and second with nobody out. What do you think Coach is telling Mason right now?
Probably just tell him to relax, let your defense work, pitch to contact so you can got good fielders behind you. Don't get too nervous about it. Just let's get us a double play ball and
keep the ball low. Try to get him to roll over on it. See if you can get yourself a double play to avoid a big inning here. The error by Nielsen was the first error of the day for the Dons. As they have as the Skyhawks have first and second with nobody out, and Trey Shipley, the junior catcher, at the plate for the Skyhawks.
Shipley towards squares.
Dylan Lee came rushing in from first there, ready to play that bunt, looking to field it and then try to make a quick throw to third.
Pulls back to Slash.
Falls behind 0-1 as he fouls off that first pitch. Kind of deked the infielders in on the corner there and tried to rip one by him. And just missed it. Shipley calls time there. He squares around to bunt. He doesn't pull back in time, and that is strike two. Quickly 0-2 now on Shipley here with no outs in the top of the fifth. Mason Nielsen trying to work out of a jam here.
See if Haney will bunt him again. That's twice with 2 strikes that he's bunted him, and they've been successful on both of them, at least getting him down.
He squares around to bunt.
Squares around.
He fouls it off, and he's out. That is the third time today that the Skyhawks have attempted to bunt on a 2-strike count.
Yeah. Yeah, your law of averages aren't very good there.
So far, they were able to dodge a bullet up to this point. Both times they were able to get the bunt down and get what they wanted, but you keep trying it enough times, eventually it's going to bite you. 1 out now in the top of the fifth here. And a foul ball. The junior, number 15, Cade Hancock, the center fielder for the Skyhawks at the plate. Hancock struck out swinging back in the top of the third. That breaking ball low brings the count even to 1-1. Hancock swings through it, and the count falls to 1-2. Nielsen's got an out. Gets a ground ball here. Can get out of this inning and avoid any real damage here. Ooh, and the pitch inside, and it clips him. Oh, and they're telling him that he didn't attempt to get out of the way of the pitch. Tell me what you saw there. It looked like he got hit, and then they're saying he didn't get out of the way and that he can't take his base.
I could tell if that or if they did it when he shuffled his legs, that the umpire thought it didn't hit him.
Either way, Hancock is not going to base, and the Salem Hills Skyhawks bench, you can hear him yelling. They are not happy about that call. Again, Nielsen kind of dodges a bullet there. Dangerous pitch inside. Count 2-2 now, with 1 out to the center fielder Hancock.
Mason steps off the mound to give him a little. Cade steps out of the box.
And the ball is hit hard foul down the left field line, and the count stays even at 2-2. Fastball fouled straight back. He's really on that pitch.
Cowden set up inside or outside, just missed just a little bit. Okay, does a good job of fouling it off.
And he swings and he rips it hard foul again. And the count stays at 2-2. This has been quite a battle between Hancock and Mason Nielsen.
Yeah, they both fought hard right here. Good stop by Cowden.
And ball low and outside in the dirt. Brings the count even. We have runners on first and second here with one out in the top of the fifth. The 9-hitter, the center fielder Cade Hancock at the plate. And he walks him to load the bases here with one out, the second walk of the inning. And the Skyhawks don't have a hit this inning. A walk, an error on the bunt by the pitcher Nielsen moved him over to second, and another walk. And we sit here now with the bases loaded and one out.
Yeah, pull the infielders in, first and third. Shortstop and second base will stay at double play distance, brings up Coburn. Never know if Haney will suicide squeeze or...
The ball low and outside to the sophomore shortstop, Kyle Coburn. Coburn's over 2 so far today. Struck out looking in the first and grounded out to third in the third. Another pitch up and in, and he falls behind 2-0. Nielsen struggling a little bit with control so far this inning as he's already walked 2 batters.
There he comes back with a good strike.
Here's the count to 2-1.
Good breaking ball for that second strike.
Brings the count even to 2-2. Here with one out. And he drives the ball out to left, and that'll be a base hit. They'll tie the game, and the runners will stay put. The bases will stay loaded, and there's still one out, and the game is now tied 1-1.
Goes Coach Gubb to the mound. Looks like they're bringing in a lefty, Mason Olson.
Yeah, Nielsen just kind of didn't really have it today. He got through the fourth unscathed, but the fifth inning, an error, couple walks, and a hit. We now have the bases loaded with one out and a tie game here in the top of the fifth. Mason Olson coming into pitch now.
Oh, well, my apology. Yep, there he comes. Olson, a sophomore. Lefties came in and got some varsity experience, kind of got baptized by fire, but he is through really well. Has good command. Doesn't throw as hard as some of these other pitchers, but he's got a nasty curveball, and he can spot it about wherever he wants. So he got nerves of steel. There's a couple situations.
Yeah, Mason's been really solid this year. In 2 appearances, he has a .47 ERA.
Yeah. Yeah, he's done well, and he's come in and pitched against some pretty good teams. He pitched against Servite down in California and actually pitched really well.
If you're watching last Thursday as well, he had a relief appearance in that game and didn't give up any runs in a multiple inning relief effort that kept the Dons around in the game. They weren't able to get any offense going and ended up falling 4-0 to the Tigers last Thursday, the Orem Tigers, but he has been really solid on the mound, and the Dons will need him to be a little bit of a Houdini artist right here with the bases loaded and 1 out in a tie game at 1-1 here in the top of the 5th.
Now batting number 24, Kenyon Haveron.
Batting now for the Skyhawks, the junior second baseman, Kenyon Haveron. Haveron struck out in the first and flied out to center in the fourth, so he's 0 for 2 today. This is obviously his biggest opportunity of the game. The Dons have really been able to shut down the Skyhawks to this point in the game, really not allowing them to have any big innings, but bases loaded with 1 out here in the top of the 5th. And a leadoff ball from Olson to Kenyon Haveron. Another ball low and outside. Well, that ball caught the corner. 1-1 now. My bad there. 1-1 with 1 out here to Haveron. And that ball's up and away, 2-1.
Mason has a ton of movement on his fastball. It'll tail back to a left-handed hitter. It's the way he throws, comes down across, he throws it. Kind of run in there. As you can see right there.
Just off the outside. 3-1 now. As the bases are loaded. Here for the Skyhawks, Scott Bennett on third, Cade Hancock on second, and Kyle Coburn on first. He swings and fouls off the 3-1 pitch to bring the count full at 3-2 here with 1 out. Olson's really been solid this year, thrown 15 innings and only given up 1 earned run while striking out 11 batters.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And a grounder.
Ground ball.
Grounder to third. Newman comes home and makes the play. Newman and Cowden really smooth right there. Smart play to come home and keep the game tied at 1.
Now batting number 8, Sawyer Radke.
And a leadoff strike to Sawyer Radke, the junior left fielder here. There are 2 outs in the top of the 5th. Mason Olson trying to get out of a bases loaded 1 out jam, forces the ground ball to third, and now with 2 outs, comes back with a nice pitch there to get ahead 0-2.
Infield all moved back, trying to keep that ball in front of them. They don't need to cut at the plate. They got a force, so 0-2. I'd say a curveball for Mason on this outside. Looks like that's how Cowden's going to set.
He swings at it, and it's a ground ball. And a nice play by the shortstop, Andrew Pintar.
Andrew Pintar comes through. just about caught that runner coming through.
Well, what an effort there from Mason Olson to get out of that bases loaded one-out jam to keep this game at one apiece.
Yeah, he's solid to come in that situation against Salem and to shut him down. He makes you swing the bat. He just doesn't throw a lot of balls and makes you put it in play.
He kept the ball low, got a couple ground balls, and the Dons were able to dodge a bullet now as we head to the bottom of the fifth here. We'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors, the Tony Basso Auto Group, Dickerson Automotive, Lance Wilson State Farm, Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, Mikkel Christiansen Wise, Attorneys at Law, Lance Wilson State Farm, MVP Sports, and 2 Jacks Pizza. Well, as we head to the bottom of the fifth now here at Swenson Ballpark here in Spanish Fork, we have quite a game brewing, 1-1 as we head to the bottom of the fifth. Between these top 2 teams in Region 10 in the 4A Utah High School baseball standings. Spanish Fork 11-8 on the year, 5-1 in region play. Salem Hills 14-5, 4-2 in region play. And it has really been a great pitching performance from both sides. Salem Hills scoring 1 in the 5th, and the Dons scoring 1 back in the bottom of the 3rd, and that is our scoring today as we head to the bottom of the 5th here. Due up now for the Dons is the number 9 hitter, the senior, Riley Hess. Riley Hess, the center fielder for the Dons, is 0 for 1 on the day, flied out to left his first time up. And he takes the ball low there. He drops the breaking ball in there for strike 1. 2-1 now to Hess. And a little outside, 3-1. He's in danger of walking the leadoff batter. The leadoff batter has gotten out in all 4 innings today. It's been one of the keys to Easton Keck's success on the mound. And there's the leadoff walk. Last Thursday, the Dons lost 4-0 to the Tigers. They only got the leadoff base runner on in one of those innings, and that's why one of the main reasons that they were shut out today. This is the first time they've been able to get the leadoff runner on base. And great job by Hess to draw a leadoff walk. Now up for the Dons, the leadoff hitter, the third baseman, Tay Newman. Newman struck out in the first and reached on an error in the third and then scored the only run for the Dons so far today. A quick throw from Hess over to the first baseman, Tristan Talbert. But Riley Hess was able to dive back safely. He squares around to bunt. He makes the play. He's throwing it to first.
Good sack bunt by Newman.
And they're saying the ball was bobbled a little, but they're saying it was on taking it out of his glove, so he is out at first. A nice sack bunt by Newman there to move him over to second with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th.
Now batting number 4, Andrew Pintar.
Junior Andrew Pintar, the shortstop, up to the plate now. He's gotten on base both times today. He has walked in the first and singled in the third. So he's putting himself together a nice game today. The ball outside there from Keck. Keck's been a little wild this inning, walking the leadoff hitter.
Ball down.
The count quickly falls to 2-0. And another ball low, and it looks like Easton Keck's running out of gas a little bit here. Another 3-0 count. Pintar's having a nice year, hitting .333 with 18 hits and 10 RBIs. Great RBI opportunity and a chance for the Dons to take a lead if he can drive one up the middle here and bring in Hess from second.
Good pitch right down the tube there. Go to full count. Sorry, 3-1.
And the ball is lined fair down the left field line, and that will bring in a run. It looks like it'll be a double, a 1-out double from Andrew Pintar. And what a big hit for the Dons as they take a 2-1 lead here in the bottom of the 5th.
Great clutch hit by Pintar.
Turned on that ball quickly, just kept it fair inside that third base line, and that will give the Dons a lead. What a turnaround in this game. Bases loaded, 1 out. Looked like they could fall down by a few runs in this 1-1 game, and they managed to be able to get out of that jam, come back in the bottom of the inning, draw a leadoff walk, sack bunt, get him over to second, and then a beautiful RBI double down the line by Andrew Pintar there to drive in the run.
Yeah, that was a good clutch hit. Looks like they're going to leave Keck in. I'm not sure what his pitch count is. Went out just to calm him down a little bit, maybe.
Now batting number 7, Josh Cowden.
Cowden at the plate now, the senior catcher. Cowden struck out looking and grounded out to second. So Keck's really had his number today. Maybe that's why Salem and head coach Scott Haney have elected to keep him in the game. We have 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th as the Dons lead 2-1 off that RBI double from Pintar. And the first pitch is driven to center, and a nice sliding catch by the center fielder, Cade Hancock, and he throws it to second, and Pintar gets back just in time.
Yeah, Cade got a great jump on that ball, was able to catch it and come up firing to Coburn.
That ball was really hit right at him. It's really tough to make plays when they're lined right at you because if you dive and miss, then it's just going to go straight to the wall, and it could be a potential inside the park home run. But did a great job of staying in front of that and making a nice diving catch, and we have 2 outs here now in the bottom of the 5th. Ball outside to Cy Nielsen. Nielsen, the junior, started this game off as the pitcher. Pitched 3 scoreless innings for the Dons before being removed. He's now DHing. Sorry, playing right field now. The breaking ball stays a little up there, 2-0.
Magic Kick's getting tired. He's threw quite a few. He's threw a really good game. He's just leaving that curveball up. Something you don't want to do to Cy.
Yeah, dangerous recipe if you leave that breaking ball up high. And a 3-0 count. Cy's flight out to center and flight out to right today. He's just missed getting 2 deep hits.
3 straight curveballs. Four straight curveballs.
You get the sense that he wanted nothing to do with Cy Nielsen right there.
No. Get him, throw him away, and then you get a chance. You have a double play in order now with guys on first and second, or excuse me, for the force. My bad.
Still with first base open, smart play to walk him so that you have the force at any base now with 2 outs.
Dylan Lee with that good hit to right last inning, that double. We're in the actually in the 4th.
Yeah, last inning. Last inning in the bottom of the 4th. Dylan Lee had a nice double. That breaking ball again being left up. One and one to Lee here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. Andrew Pintar on second and Cy Nielsen on first.
Lee digs in. He's ready to go.
The breaking ball drops in there for strike 2. 1-2 now. It's Dylan Lee. Dylan Lee's hitting .279 on the year with 12 hits and 8 RBIs. Great RBI opportunity right here to extend this 2-1 lead here in the bottom of the 5th.
Another curveball. Fouled off by Lee.
The pitch outside for 2-2. Drops the count to 2-2 on Dylan Lee here with runners on first and second.
Good eye by Dylan, not to chase that ball.
And that breaking ball drops just outside. Trying to catch the outside corner low there, and that brings the count full here. With 2 outs and the senior second baseman Dylan Hall on deck. And the ball is grounded to first. There's bobbled, and everyone is going to be safe. Oh, they have a rundown between second and third. Is the runner going to be able to score in time?
Yes!
It will. And Spanish Fork takes a 3-1 lead before he is tagged out on the base path. Great job there by Cy Nielsen to stay in the rundown for a long enough time to be able to bring in that run.
Yeah, he made him commit, and by the time he committed, the run would cross. So,
well, it is 3-1 now as we head to the 6th here at Swenson Ballpark as the Dons lead 3-1 over the Skyhawks, and we'll be right back.
The best time to check your furnace is before it fails, and you can rely on Triple T to do the job right. Our technicians are trained every year so you can sleep better at night, knowing your furnace is safe to operate. Call Triple T at 798-7711 to schedule your tune-up today.
Nobody plans on getting in an accident, but if it does happen, you can rely on the expertise of Mike McKell to protect and fight for your rights. Specializing in personal injury law, Mike McKell is the attorney you need. Contact Mike at McKell, Christiansen, and Wise.
And we are back here in the 6th inning now, here on SF-17. We're going to watch a replay of this last play of a great job by Cy Nielsen staying in a rundown long enough. Able to come home and score was Riley Hess. Sorry, Pintar was able to come home and score the run to give the Dons a 3-1 lead here. And just a great job of base running right there.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Cy's heads up baseball. Mason with the strike. Olsen still on the bump.
And Mason Olsen on the mound now. Coming out for his second inning of work after getting out of the jam last inning. And a quick ground ball to the third baseman, and he'll take it straight to the bag, and that is a leadoff out to start the top of the 6th inning as Jordan Matthews grounds out for the first out here in the top of the 6th. Matthews is 0 for 3 today.
Nice play by the first baseman, Lee. Charge in there and take it by himself. Mason was in position. Dylan was coming behind to cover.
That is strike 1 now to the junior first baseman, Tristan Talbert. Talbert struck out in the 2nd inning. Singled in the 4th. But was thrown out trying to advance to 2nd on that play. The foul ball quickly down 0-2. Olsen, who really worked his magic last inning, getting out of that bases loaded 1-out jam, comes out strong this inning so far. Quick ground ball. Jumping ahead here on Talbert.
Great pitch outside. Cowden sets up. He hits right where his spot. Coach Chambers does an awesome job with these pitchers.
And a ground ball to 2nd. And a nice play over there by Dylan Hall to throw it over to first for the easy 4-3 ground ball to get the 2nd out of the inning.
Now batting number 2, Blake.
Mason just kind of frustrates you. He comes with that. I say that he's not super velocity, but he comes with that curveball and that fastball tails. You've seen that. It's hard to see from maybe down low, but from up here, he hit that one for a strike. But his ball just has a ton of movement on it.
Junior third baseman Blake Hoffines now out for the Skyhawks. He takes the ball there to bring the count to 1-1. Mason really does have a nice deceptibility to him. And strike 2 to Hoffines.
It's a great pitch. A little bit inside. Bring us to 2s.
Full count now to Hoffines. We're here in the top of the 6th, and Don's up 3-1. And a pop fly to right field. And a nice easy catch out there for Cy Nielsen's out there now in right field. And a great play to end the inning. And a quick 1-2-3 inning right there for the pitcher Mason Olsen as we head now to the bottom of the 6th, and the Dons up 3-1.
Quick shout out. We sure appreciate Channel SFCN 17 doing these games. One of the boys' dads is Danny Higginson is in Fiji, left for Fiji, so I know he's watching it live. And for a small town community to be able to have this nice stuff and the broadcasting and the people that probably don't get paid near as much as they should doing these games and all the setup and takedown and the text. Just can't say enough about our city.
Well, our next live game will be May 3rd at 3:30 p.m. The Maple Mountain Golden Eagles will be playing the Timpanogos Timberwolves here on SF17. So make sure that you tune in for that one. That should be another good game.
Yeah, Maple Mountain's been playing well. I think they took 2 from Springville, maybe 3 from Springville last week.
As we're heading out to the bottom of the 6th, it looks like we have a new pitcher out there. Easton Keck really pitched well today.
Jensen, I believe it's Jensen who's pitching.
Yeah, number 4 for the Skyhawks out there now. As we head now to the bottom of the 6th, the Dons are up 3-1.
Leading off for the Dons in the bottom of the 6th inning, number 23, Dylan Hall.
Number 23, the second baseman, Dylan Hall, leading off for the Dons here in the bottom of the 6th. Hall grounded out to short in the 2nd. Struck out looking in the 4th. Takes a leadoff strike here in the bottom of the 6th.
Jensen starts with that curveball.
The new pitcher for the Skyhawks, number 4, Jensen. Quickly gets ahead 0-2. Pitch low. Brings the count to 1-2 here. He swings through it for strike 3, and a nice start for Jensen as he strikes off the leadoff batter here in the bottom of the 6th as Hall goes down swinging for the 2nd time today.
Now batting number 15.
The sophomore Josh Dart, the DH, number 15 now at the plate. 0 for 1 on the day with a walk, coming back in the 4th. The ball low and in the dirt to Dart. Nice pitch low there. Just catches the plate. Brings the count even to 1-1. Josh Dart's hitting .333 on the year with 10 hits and 12 RBIs. And he swings through the fastball to pull the count even at 2-2. Really brought him the high heat there.
Yeah. Yeah, he changed that eye location on him. Everything had been down. And he goes back down again. That next ball.
A ball low and inside brings the count even. The ball is popped up on the left side. It looks like it's going to get out of play over here, and it lands just foul. Dart stays alive. The count remains full. Jensen, the pitcher for the Skyhawks, has appeared in 6 games so far this year. Is 2-2 with a 2.86 ERA. As he walks him there and loses him, as that is a 1-out walk to Josh Dart. The senior Jensen needs to be careful here as this team's already down 2 runs here in the bottom of the 6th. Wants to keep it there so that the Skyhawks will have a chance in the top of the 7th. But
like Dub's gonna run.
We have a pinch runner.
Pinch runner for Dart. Noah Conway in the run.
Conway started off the game in right field today. Was not in the batting lineup, but was in right field. And then Nielsen took his place when he out there in right when he was done pitching after his 3 innings of scoreless baseball. But Conway is now back into pinch run here in the bottom of the 6th. Carson Chappell at the plate. With 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th.
Sage Olson looks like he's swinging a bat. Looks like he might hit for Hess as a pinch hitter. Number 5. Like they're not going to let him sub for Josh. He'll stay in and run.
And a ground ball through the left side. Gets under the third baseman, Blake Hoffhein's glove, and he's going to third.
Dart's in safe at third. Great hustle play by Dart. No hesitation to get there.
Dart safe at third, and we have first and third with 1 out here now.
Brings up pinch hitting Sage Olson.
Take a look at this again. Just gets under his glove. Left fielder a little bit slow in getting into that ball. Sawyer Radke makes a nice throw, but Josh Dart with a heads-up base running play right there. Looks like we have a pinch hitter now. Hitting for the senior center fielder Riley Hess. We have number 5 Sage Olson. Why do you think that coaches decided to make this move right here?
Sage just came in as a senior, came in and had some pinch hits and done really well on a couple situations that I can think of, and so I think that maybe just giving him a chance to swing the bat, and maybe he likes the matchup a little better. Gubb does.
That pitch is low for ball 1 to the pinch hitter Olson. Olson's appeared in 12 games so far this year. He's hitting .286. His 6 hits and 4 RBIs. And a nice pitch right there from the senior Jensen to pull the cut even at 1-1. The ball's low and in the dirt, and Chappell easily steals second base right there. What a great pitch to run on.
Yeah, good block by the catcher though to keep it out in front of him. Gives up the force, but he doesn't give up the run at home. Sage takes another one for a strike.
Pulls the count even at 2-2. fouled off. One out here in the bottom of the sixth. On this beautiful day here at Swenson Ballpark. Really has been perfect baseball weather. And the Dons have managed to score 2 in the bottom of the fifth to take the lead, and they're looking to strike for more here with second and third and 1 out. Josh Dart on third and Carson Chappell on second. Sage Olson at the plate. Pinch hitting for Riley Hess. It's a grounder to short. And it's fielded by
Coburn. Coburn takes the pitch, or takes the ball and tries to get the guy going back to third, but great play by Coburn, just a little late. The third baseman breaking over there. Slide into Dart, he's safe.
Now batting number 14, Kay Newman.
Bases loaded with Dons as Newman comes to the plate.
And a pop fly here. Looks like it might just barely get out of play. The catcher goes over and the ball just gets foul as Tay Newman is up with 1 out and the base is loaded here. Oh, 1 count now to Newman. And the ball is driven deep to left field. The left fielder is back. And Sawyer Radke makes a nice catch, but tagging up at third is Josh Dart, and he comes in to score, and that's another run for the Dons. It is now 4-1 here in the bottom of the sixth, and a great at-bat there by Tay Newman to drive in the run.
Yeah, he just did his job. He got a pitch he could handle and hit it in the outfield so we could get that next run.
Josh Dart coming in to score. Drew a 1-out walk and was able to work his way around, and is now 4-1 Dons with 2 outs here in the bottom of the sixth. The junior shortstop Andrew Pintar now up at the plate.
Hess in, pinch running. Back in, re-entry, I should say, for Sage.
And the ball is driven to left. Another deep fly ball. It looks like it's going to get over his head, and it's up against the wall. Pintar drives one deep. 1 run will score. The second run is coming in. Pintar slides in at third, and he is safe. That is a 2 RBI triple for Pintar, as the Dons now lead 6-1 on the 2 RBI triple.
Yeah, clutch hitting by Pintar. That was a great pitch, and he just got that outfielder turned around a little bit, carried a little bit over his head. And
Don's really breaking the game open here in the sixth. 2 runs in the bottom of the fifth, 3 runs here in the bottom of the sixth, and
Jensen leaving that curveball up a little bit. It's effective when it's down. When it's up, it's
the ball just outside from Jensen. We have 2 outs here in the bottom of the sixth, and the senior catcher Josh Cowden at the plate. Cowden hit the ball well to center field last time, but Cade Hancock came in and made a nice sliding play. That's a strike to bring the count to 1-1. Cowden 0 for 3 on the day, looking for his first hit.
Yeah, he's due. Josh, a good hitter. Digs in right there.
That's a grounder to second. Should be a routine play as Kenyon Haveron makes the throw over to first to Tristan Talbert, and that will do it here for us in the sixth. But not before 3 more runs came in for the Dons, as we now lead 6-1 here on SF 17.
Hi, welcome to Two Jacks Pizza.
For the best pizza you'll ever taste and our world-famous cheese sticks, come to Two Jacks Pizza on Main Street in Spanish Fork, or call us for a quick delivery. Are you hungry yet?
The best time to check your furnace is before it fails, and you can rely on Triple T to do the job right. Our technicians are trained every year so you can sleep better at night, knowing your furnace is safe to operate. Call Triple T at 798-7711 to schedule your tune-up today.
You're live. You're live. Thank you.
Leading off for the Skyhawks in the top of the seventh inning, number 6, Scott Bennett.
Strike one from Mason. Ball high to Bennett. 1-1 count to Bennett. Ball down, 2-1. Ball head up the middle off Mason's glove. Pintar comes across for the throw. Gets him on a great play from Pintar. Great hustle play.
Now batting number 3, Trey Shipley.
So one down. Brings up Shipley. Ball one to Shipley up. Right. 1-1 to Shipley. Olsen goes to his windup. Fouls it off. Shipley. 1-2. Comes a pitch from Olsen. Up and outside. 2-2. Strikes him out for the second out. Mason just comes in and does what he's done all year. He's throwing really well.
Now batting number 15, Cade Hancock.
Brings up center fielder Hancock. First pitch on its way. Strike to Hancock. High foul ball. Looks like it's going to get out. Down the third base line. So still 0-2 to Hancock. Cowden looks for the sign. Mason set. Doesn't move the glove, but he was set up outside, so it's a good call. Curveball in the dirt for strike 3. That'll be it. Dons win 6-1. Good hard fought teams. playing each other. Both of them battled. Spanish Fork fortunate enough to pick up the win.
For today's ball game. Let's give these kids a big hand for an enjoyable game. We do appreciate your attendance at today's ball game as you prepare to leave the stadium.
These two teams will play again on Thursday at 3:30 at Salem.
The receptacles outside the
Once again, shout out to the Skyhawks and the Spanish Fork Dons for putting on a great game today.
Please buckle up and drive home safely.
All the pitchers threw well. Kids played hard on both.
Hi, welcome to Two Jacks Pizza.
For the best pizza you'll ever taste and our world-famous cheese sticks, come to Two Jacks Pizza on Main Street in Spanish Fork or call us for a quick delivery. Are you hungry yet?
Come to Dickerson Automotive for all your car repair and maintenance needs. Now is a great time to make sure your car is ready for these cold winter months. We take the time to get to know you and your car to give you peace of mind. Dickerson Automotive, located way north on Main in Spanish Fork.
MVP Sports is the #1 source for sporting goods in Spanish Fork. Football, soccer, all the fall sports, we've got you covered. Check out our new custom t-shirt builder. Design at home and we'll build it for you. MVP Sports, 72 North Main in Spanish Fork.
The best time to check your furnace is before it fails, and you can rely on Triple T to do the job right. Our technicians are trained every year so you can sleep better at night, knowing your furnace is safe to operate. Call Triple T at 798-7711 to schedule your tune-up today.
Need a new car or truck? The Car Guys has the best selection of used vehicles at the best prices in Spanish Fork. The Car Guys know their automobiles to get you the best car for your needs and your budget. The Car Guys at 872 North Main in Spanish Fork.
Wild Mustangs. They're supposed to be one of the most gentle creatures in nature.
State Farm knows that for every one of those moments, there's one of these. That's why more people save money by combining their home and auto with State Farm.
Call State Farm agent Lance Wilson today.
Nobody plans on getting in an accident, but if it does happen, you can rely on the expertise of Mike McKell to protect and fight for your rights. Specializing in personal injury law, Mike McKell is the attorney you need. Contact Mike at McKell, Christiansen, and Wise.
And also